The future for me, come on. And it kind of like the future for me, what I think about Marvel, DC, and everywhere else, what I think is kind of like for me, the problem with the future is kind of like bright, in my opinion. Because thing is, if y'all think it's bright or not, y'all could think about it down below if y'all think it is, if you think it's not. Something, in my opinion, be good. The thing about me, in my opinion, right, because it's part of the special actually show is that my opinion is that that's what you can be cheesy and serious at the same time without putting without without being woke stuff in your face, and that's what I learned. There's deal with Marvel, DC, and everywhere else. That's what I think about it. And kind of like the thing for me, in my opinion, stuff like that, what I learned about it. You learn the Power Universe, the Power movie. Wow, it's the first time, the second time. Because like the first time something like that, when Rita came out inside Alpha Body, and stuff like that, is like for me, in my opinion, because just I didn't know that she came back due to Z Wave at first. That what I didn't know. And and kind of the other thing I think, in my opinion, what could be that could be good or bad and stuff like that. That's what I think, in my opinion. What could be good or bad. And kind of like the other thing, in my opinion, the what I think about the Power Universe could be is right if they doing Mighty Morphin, do they mean could could Zach unlock the on the ninja powers, or would it just move the turbo or something like that, or will Zach Black Ranger power just get an upgrade? I think, in my opinion, because think about me now. If y'all want to come in, I got the link right there. If anybody want to come in, and and kind of like the thing for me, what I'm seeing and stuff like that is like shoot. Because thing what I'm seeing is like shoot. I keep on seeing people keep on skipping over how Rita got inside the command center. Because the thing about it, that's kind of like a good that was a good storytelling element that was some people just didn't see coming, but it's just didn't see coming. In my opinion, that's what I think. Because the thing about me, what I learned about this project thing actually explain some of the stuff. That's what I think they did. Because then for me, it actually explained how Rita came back. Because then for me, what I learned is like shoot. Then me shoot. I actually learned how Rita came back. I actually that and put it made and good or bad or something on it just depends if you like that ending different in space. Because then for me, I didn't like that ending because then space ending kind of messed up the whole universe for mentors and stuff that I think in my opinion. What's up, Barcode? What's up, JG?
Yeah, what's up, homie? How you doing, man?
Uh, because what's up, JG?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I could.
Okay,
Did
okay.
you saw the special, the Power Ranger once and always?
Yeah, yeah, I saw it.
That was actually better. That was actually better than I expected it to be.
I agree.
Just for a Power Ranger thing that came from the '90s, but now that was better than I expected it to be, and especially just for Billy, Rocky and Catherine that not to be on screen in 20 some years and stuff like that together, their chemistry was good. I think in my opinion
Yeah, I
and
agree
stuff
because
like that.
they go to a lot of conventions together. So now I'm sure they always kept in contact with each other. And shout out to Zach for me. He still looks the same.
Yeah, but they, in my opinion, sound like Rocky need to get back in shape. I like Rocky, but he got to get back in shape.
Dude,
Yeah, I agree on that.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Billy, you saw that little beard gut he had? He turned to the side. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
don't get me
yeah. I
started on
like Billy
Aisha.
now.
Good gracious. Don't get me
She's
started
not the
on that.
that. Oh man. And wait a minute. And wait a minute. And plus, anybody, I try to figure out the question that is still there at this
Yeah, I think you went out.
like the thing for me, which I kind of want to answer, and plus Aisha is probably the only one who noticed. How did she came back from the How did she came back from the dimension that she was at when she was a
Dude, there are
kid?
so many unanswered questions in that. Because Billy, didn't he get old or something? Something happened to him. He started aging or something. Only thing I could think of, there was a
Yeah,
different
with
timeline.
Christopher. Yeah, when Ranger
That's
come back time for a kid. Yeah, but Avatar powered
Oh,
make
what's up,
Billy
Dirt?
young again for.
You want to come in that you could? Yeah, yeah. And kind of other thing that I'm trying to figure out is like, in my opinion, that on that snake venom should have never affected the Green Ranger, based on the shield he got, because the shield got healing abilities, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. How did that snake infect the Green Ranger, and he half dark and half light himself, based on the powers he got. That makes no sense. Let's say just for plot and something like that. I understand that part. If you do it for plot, shoot. If you do it for plot, I'm good. If you're doing it for plot, but the thing overall is sound like that snake venom shouldn't even have affected them. That that on the Green Ranger, what's up in the episode or something like that. Up in my opinion, that's just me,
I mean, I agree.
because that's
Like I
what you
said,
look at the power set. Cause you look at yeah, cause you look at the power set he got. He half dark and half light, and plus the dark side should have just reversed the venom right back in the snake. Up in my opinion, though, based on the power set he got, and kind of like for the action, the choreography of action was better than I expected to be. The choreography fighting and stuff like that. The choreography fights was actually good, and Zach inside the juice bar, that was actually funny. I like it, Zach doing his hip hop keto inside the juice
yeah,
bar and stuff like that.
yeah.
It was actually funny and good at the same time.
And shit, like, are you breakdancing and
Because
fighting
things
at the
like
same time?
yeah, because that's what, if you look at Power History, he's the only one that does it.
Yeah, he created
He's
his
the
own
only one that does it.
style. Yeah,
Yeah, because the thing about I thought the 2017 Zach just would have did the same thing as the 90s one did, but they just did a different 2017 movie. Because my rating for this special was a 4.5 out of 5. And put a thing about it,
Okay.
it's only a 4.5 because of the of some of the unanswered questions. It's some of the stuff that happened inside the special. What I think should happen. That's the only reason
Yeah,
why I
pretty
think
long.
it's just a 4.5.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Um, because my favorite ranger out the special was Zach. In order, I had to go Zach. I had to go Billy. I had to go the Lola Ranger, Rocky, then Catherine. That's my order where I like the special, and based on the story that we got.
Yeah, because when you think about it, it
Based,
was really Zach and Trinity's daughter's story,
Yeah,
right? It just felt that way. Billy
yeah,
was kind of like the
yeah,
side character.
yeah. Right
is
now.
that the father? Is that the father though? Because if you look at
No, it's
it,
called the uncle. No, it's the uncle for it. It's the uncle though. Yeah,
I mean, he basically adopted her, but yeah, that was
yeah,
basically Uncle Zach.
yeah. It's this answer so.
I think he um um just don't quote me on this, but that's what up in the future. I think that she might be turned into Zach's daughter. I think in the future. That's just me. Because you look in the comics, anywhere else, it was Zach, Jason, and Trini went off somewhere.
Yeah, but that was like
They-
not March. That was more time though. 19 something, right?
Yeah, it was like, was it like a peace convent something in Sweden or somewhere they went?
Pre-conference.
Peace conference, yeah,
But in more time though. That's why
yeah.
like common sense.
But I mean, we all know in real life it was a
Yeah, yeah,
contract dispute in real life,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's how
yeah,
the storyline went. They went to this peace conference and swapped those three out, brought in Rocky, Aisha, and
yeah. Adam,
Adam.
um,
yeah,
and plus you notice that that all the Rangers they had the Lolo Zero Ranger, they had the Lost Galaxy, they had Beast
yeah.
Morphers.
Like
Um,
Moon Warrior, the Titanium Ranger, Trent,
yeah,
Hmm.
and how Trent though he beat the
yeah.
64.
But the thing, in my opinion, it's something like I think that, in per my opinion, I have a problem with Trent getting captured because that's what
Yeah,
Tommy and
you have
Trent got.
invisibility though.
It just got dark energy. Those
Invisibility.
two,
You both have invisibility.
they shouldn't even have just been affected.
Yeah, that only have
Yeah.
invisibilities, right? Yeah, what? That makes sense, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And the kind of thing about it, do you think that Zach might get the ninja powers and go to the Samurai Zord, or just upgrade his Zords to the Samurai to just
yeah,
get a second thing?
yeah. Maybe for yeah. Hey, sure.
And
Yeah, yeah,
because right, if you look at it now, if if Zach young, yep, yeah, so that's you two for you. Yeah, that's you two for you. They will do that to you.
yeah. We do have this. Yeah, yeah, it's happening.
Be, because they did that to me. Just for a couple of channels that I was following and something like that. I said, wait a minute. Where's my notifications? I'm supposed to have for them channels. Then I went back to the channels because I remember the names. They started to unsubscribe. I said, wait a minute. I didn't even have unsubscribing nothing.
Yeah,
And then the newsletter came out on my email telling some that on the YouTube system might have been unsubscribing people thinking that they're bots. I say, how in the world I'm a bot and that's what I got a channel just for videos on it. That makes no
yeah,
sense. That makes no sense. That because like people that work at YouTube just can straighten that out though.
yeah,
And stuff like that. And kind of like the other thing for me, right? If Zach gonna have the Thunderzord, wouldn't that mean the next special is that Zach, Billy, Rocky, and them right is gonna have to upgrade to the Samurai Zord, just the next one.
I mean, are
because
they doing
because
another one?
it, if this one do good, they say they gonna do another one.
Okay.
Yeah. If
And
Uh,
if it
be-
didn't
because because the last time I checked, that Project movie was the number three movie on Netflix, and that's hard to do with
Yep.
just all the new stuff that come out on Netflix every day. Shoot, that's hard to do. It just be up in the top five and stuff like that. The top for movies and stuff like that. That's just hard to do. And just be up in the top five in time for movies and stuff like that. Because think about it, shoot. Because think about it, shoot. I'm gonna tell my sisters and my friends to look at it too. Since they used to be like Zach fans and stuff like that, they used to be fans of Zach, and plus I tell them that Zach was coming back, and they was actually glad that Zach was actually coming back. Just that the Black Ranger, because they asked me who was coming back for the Project Crossover movie. I say Zach. Didn't know. They said, "Okay, I'm coming." And they just bought that. They just look at the Power Ranger thing just for Zach and Billy, the two Rangers that was in the Power Ranger movie is in the top five on Netflix, and kind of like the thing to be like 55 minutes, almost an hour. That was actually good, I think, in my opinion.
yeah, like I said,
Um,
like you said earlier, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Um,
yeah.
like there were a lot of unanswered stuff I still want answered.
Uh, um,
If,
um, be- because the thing about it, if you look at it, Zach and Billy say, they left it open ended on purpose for them to be able to come back and just do another part. Oh, let me see. Wait a minute, Sean.
let's see, out of
Oh,
10,
I hadn't seen the movie yet. Well, I'd have rated an 8 out of 10 based based on my little expectations I had. I give it an 8 because thing about it overdid what I expected to do. I give it
I'll
an 8.
probably get about a 7.5.
Oh, Barco, what would you give the Power Ranger special movie? Just out of 1 to 10 that Sean asked. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, he good? Oh, wait a minute. I got on the base on the movie being better than usual. I think, in my opinion, it was better than I expected it to be. I mean, 8 out of 10. But for the next one that come out, I might got the I might got to review that one a little bit harsher than this one because the first one being like getting their foot back in the door, the top of crossovers and stuff like that. Just for the Mighty Morphin team.
But you know what? I do kind of wonder if Jason David Frank hadn't died and I was in St. John, wasn't in the legal trouble, whatever he's in, how would they have done this movie?
Hmm.
So I highly doubt Zach and Billy would have gotten the shine they
Uh,
gotten if Jason David Frank. Jason David Frank, him, the guy that played Adam, those two were like damn near every little Power Ranger show you could think of. But yeah, if I was just gonna rate it based on nostalgia only, I'll probably get about an 8.5, because I mean you see a few of the old Rangers that we grew up watching. Um, it was almost like the '90s TV show redone today. Same similar elements, same stuff. It's just the same kind of quirkiness here and there. It was just a lot of nostalgia that I appreciated. But as an adult watching it, there was so many unanswered questions, and because we see how the show went about throughout the years, right, from the OG Rangers up to what we have now, all the storylines that took place, it just kind of it was a lot of conflicts. So that's why I would give it a 7.5 if I was just going to rate the film on its own merit.
Yeah, and and kind of like the thing about Tommy is like Tommy always say like he willing to give other Rangers a chance and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and for him to be in the background because you look at other specials he was in, he wasn't really on the focus of it. He just fall in line that went in the storyline and stuff like that they give him, and he don't like to take up the whole spotlight. He,
Hmm.
he would help advertising and stuff like that for everybody else. He would help advertising and stuff like that and hype it up. But the thing is, on time for the movie and the show, if Billy or Zach had been the leader, he probably would fall in line though. I think, in my opinion. Because you look at the original show, Jason was the leader for a while, and he stepped back. He stepped back behind Jason, just doing that show and stuff like that. And then he stepped back up in Fulton Red, just the rest of the Rain Rangers. He was in the second in command, I think, behind Jason and stuff like that. When Jason had stepped in, he was the leader and he stepped back. He's not really a selfish Power Ranger actor, not like that, in my opinion.
Talking about Tommy.
We- we- yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Tommy's not really the selfish one, I think, in my opinion. Because, right, if you look at it like on time for storylines and stuff like that, he actually said, just give the other Rangers animated shows, give them crossovers. He actually said it before he died that actually tried to expand the story of just the other Rangers.
Hmm.
But the thing is, the Power Ranger people was actually dragging their feet just until this happened and stuff like that to him. And 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 kind of that damn thing. I think in my opinion about it is like for me, just how Rita had came through and she came in through Alpha 5, I think, saw that. Wasn't it Alpha 5, I think, that she came into and changed into Robo Rita.
It's Alpha 8 though.
I think in my
Alpha
opinion
8.
that's Alpha 5, I think, and that was Alpha 9 that was up in that command center. It wasn't 5.
I don't did mention 8 though.
And kind of
8
like the
was just
thing
a
about it, in
friend.
my opinion, is
8
some
is family.
why didn't Zordon make sure that the evil energy couldn't got inside the big old command center if he gonna sacrifice himself? That would have been something that you think through before you tell somebody to just destroy your light source and stuff like that. That what I would think, because she came through the morphin grid, the evil part in the morphin grid. Because if you look at it, the morphin grid sound like the Speed Force. If you look at it,
Yeah, I can see why you say that.
it because 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 right, in my opinion, when you look at the Speed Force and stuff like that, it's a good part, and then it's the evil part based that's based on my opinion who's in it. Because if it's Rita, it is the evil part and the Speed Force the negative.
And the Morphin is
But if it's
neutral.
Zordon or Alpha or somebody that's good, that's the morphin grid, the good part of it. and that's the part that Rita didn't like.
I mean, the Morphin Neutral Sword ain't what you be using
And
because of
and
evil.
kind of thing about it is like, so that wasn't really the real Rita. That was the bad part of Rita.
Yep.
Because like the next part they got, so they gonna have to bring back the real Rita. I think, in my opinion, that up in the next part of the special and stuff
Well,
like
they
that.
she said she's gonna go back in time and tell the other Rita, they'll give her all the tips and features, tips and all that stuff.
But the thing is, in my opinion, it sounds like the bigger machine is already destroyed. She can't go back unless she built it again. That's the thing. Who's she gonna get to build it? Because the thing about it, that how she built that, it sounds like the two monsters that she had, and those two monsters is dead right now. What she got that was helping her, and she, in my opinion, is gonna be mad and stuff like that, and she might try to force Billy to build that machine. If you look at it, because that, in my opinion, if she could time travel, she might try to force Cam, Cat, Boomer, or somebody just from like another universe to build that machine over. Unless
Mm.
Billy or somebody just don't want them first. Yeah. Because SPD Cat was the smart one. I think it was Cat and Boomer. Those two was the smart one in SPD, and Dino Thunder was Ethan and Haley. And plus, let me see, Time Force. I think it was Trip. Yeah, and kind of like if they go current, they could go Stronzo and Beast Morphers to build her machine back over. I think if she know how to time travel and jump space to space. Shit. And how would y'all rate the on the fight choreography up in the special? If you had to judge it 1 to 5,
Ugh.
and based on the person age too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to consider that too. It's
oh.
like, yeah,
Mm, that's how I know.
I don't know what I would rate it
Because the best one,
because you mean
The, the
be
his
when you look
card.
at
because the best one was Zack and Min, the Black and the Little Ranger was the two
Yes.
best ones I
hmm
see
Yeah.
based
well, they're the only two
based
that
on
was
fight
kind of
choreographies. But Paint Ranger,
Yeah. You basically
yeah.
followed them easily.
those two seem the only one that were training for the
Yeah.
special. Because the thing about Rocky, I like Rocky, everything like that. But the thing about it, in my opinion, it sounds like didn't Rocky ever learn that you might be in a primary special one day? He wasn't training. Man, that's just getting on my nerves sometimes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a martial arts instructor. Let me look it up.
Wait a minute, where Zach? Wasn't Zach supposed to be some type of teacher in the show? Yeah, yeah. The thing about it is shoot. I always know Zach been training. I wasn't worrying about Zach. My problem is Rocky and plus Catherine, and Catherine did good at what she had to work with. But Rocky, I expected Rocky to be in shape based on the last special he was in. It- Um, based on Ninja Storm. No, not Ninja Storm, but on Ninja Steel on crossover, Forever Danger or something like that. I expected him to stay in shape. in my opinion. But that's just me. Sure, that's just me in my opinion. Is what I expect. Because then in my opinion is shoot, I was expecting to be better in my opinion. Rocky. Because the thing about me, if shoot, is his thing about me is shoot, I'm just going to Rangers conventions and plus shoot, I know that Netflix might be making a special. I would get my butt in the gym. I would get my butt in the gym and start training. In my opinion, uh, uh, be, be, because no people had to know is that a crossover special was coming out in 2023. That should tell you to start training at least about 6 months ahead. That what I would do if I was the actor that's training and stuff like that. I'll be like 6 months ahead. I'll say, wait a minute, I I'll just start training and stuff like that. So I'm just okay. I'm good with that. I'll start training. I started doing fight choreographies. I started doing martial art training because the thing about it is I was younger. I used to train up in karate. If you go to a tournament like in like like up in September, because you put to keep your butt in shape just in case you got to go to a tournament earlier and stuff like that. You're supposed to always be ready. And the thing about I want to see as a Power Ranger special is like Scott Atkins to somebody come in
Dude,
as a
Scott
villain.
Atkins will make a good Lord Draken. I think bring him in for Lord Draken,
Oh yeah,
let him do his own choreography because he has his own guy, he has his own stunt team. So I could
yeah.
see him coming in. It would be like the raid or something like that.
Uh, how about this? Scott Atkins characters it sound like it sound like Tommy's son uncle that turned evil because he was jealous that he got cat and he didn't get her and stuff like that. It'd be like some kind of revenge thing, something like that. Something like they feel like Tommy was the star of the family and stuff like that, and
Mm.
and he always been overlooked, and he found the power coins, the evil power coins that on that Lord Zed tricked them off and say, that this power right here, this will help you. When he touch it, he turn evil and stuff like that, and he be under a spell and stuff like that. Just like the show, sound like the Mighty Morphin show, but thing with this one is like he be willing to take the coins and stuff like that, and he let the power control him and stuff
Mm.
like that. Because think about if you look at it up his Power Ranger franchise, this Power Ranger franchise is set up is set up to have action heroes and action people that's the other franchises to come in because it's all this martial arts. It's martial arts. It's acting very little. You look at Ultraman. You look at some of these '90s shows. Most of these '90s shows is simple that they can do, and just bringing action people within the story and stuff like that. And it seems like the putties started to fight too in this special. It, be, because the putties is not as incontinent as they was up in the '90s. They can actually fight, and but they actually work together too. If you seen them with radio and stuff like that, and if, when it first got started, I say, God, dog. And put the putties is more ruthless too. If you notice, just how putties was just like destroying stuff. They more ruthless than the putties was in the '90s. I think, in my opinion, though. And do you and kind of like thing for me, for y'all, which action star besides Scott Atkins would y'all, or just other actors in Hollywood, would y'all want to see in Power Rangers and stuff like that?
You know what? Honestly, if I was gonna redo it, keep it kind of young, I'll bring in the whole cast from Cobra Kai. Just bring all those guys in there. Do a Power Ranger show.
Okay.
Just bring them all in.
And oh yeah,
Well, the
yeah.
ones that can fight
Because
anyway. The ones that
look
can
at
fight.
Miguel, Robbie, Dre Parker, the black boy, I think something like that. Dre Parker, who listened to the man in Cobra Kai, and plus Peyton Ellis and Samantha.
Hmm.
Those the five.
Now they gotta
And
play Robbie. He'll make a good Red Ranger. I think.
no. I say green. I say green because the Red
You would
Ranger
start out.
always been the best.
So you was
Uh,
well.
uh,
So you would start out with Green Ranger right away. Would you wait on it?
I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait. I'll wait for the Green Ranger. I would just tease them at the end and just have them as hints in the background of the story. You know what I mean? It sound like Marvel stuff. They have like backgrounds and stuff like that
Hmm.
of hints that him might be in there
Kind of like
and
the
read it.
2017. No, and at the end of it, they kept saying Tommy Oliver.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be similar to that. But then
Okay.
in my opinion, it's like I would actually show his face throughout the story and stuff like that towards the end, just to tease that he might be in the next one and stuff like that. You, you, because think about it, just think of it as early phase one. Sound like Iron Man. They're just Iron Man. Um, Iron Man throughout the whole movie, and just at the end
Hmm.
credits, you see the Green Ranger pop up
Okay.
just with the green eyes and stuff like that. And time for the second movie, do I have of it? You can see the Rangers fighting the Green Ranger stuff like that. Do I have to move it and put the other half? Um, him fighting him, the Green Ranger. The Green Ranger puts the team fighting Goldar. Throughout the second half, Goldar or something like that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shucks. Wasn't it missing? Wait a minute. They're missing a skeleton man that was part of Rita crew. Rita and
Dude, they
Zed
missed
crew.
a whole
Because you
lot of.
remember,
Yeah.
because like the next special, I think in my opinion, should that skeleton man might be the one that come back. I think just as the big bad. But the thing is, he might be upgraded. I think in my opinion, he might be upgraded and stuff like that. And plus, like Billy, Zach, and Men, they had to go to just the upgraded armor, sound like they had in the '90s, Gallic armor that was sparkling,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
and they got to actually make an armor there for Zach and Men and Billy, or they can use the suit from there for the 1995-96 movie, just be the upgraded armor. I use that as the upgraded armor. The one that was up in the Power Ranger movie in the '90s, I would use that as the Power Ranger armor. Unless they gonna upgrade it somehow or something that, I'll make it different. I agree with that. If they're gonna do that, and it just gonna make it different, I'll agree with that. But the thing is, if they're not gonna make it different, they're not gonna make no sense. I think, in my opinion, they're not gonna make sense. because you gotta have some armor out somehow. Fight these upgraded people and stuff like that. Because because like the thing for me, in my opinion, if they gonna fight new villains that coming up, sure they gotta have the upgraded suits. I think, in my opinion, this thing.
I mean, my favorite
Unless Zach, in
suits.
my opinion, is gotta get his own. Opinion, stuff like that. What I think is kind of like, shucks. Shucks. It kind of like that for me. If they gotta upgrade, like Zach's suit, they gotta have to upgrade his power level as well. As so many bad guys coming up, because this special show that is that Zach is gonna have to upgrade his power a little bit, because the thing about it, because the thing about it, like the other bad guys that just ain't pop up for real yet, like this skeleton, Finster, everything like that, they gonna come up just for more power, and they gotta have to bring people there for like different dimensions. I think, in my opinion, to help out Zach. Because thing about it, I like Zach, but the thing is, Zach Zach is gonna need some armor to help him out, or some kind of power boost just to the power coin. I think, in my opinion, Be- because that's just me. That's what I think he gonna need. And the thing about it, in my opinion, um, and how did Billy got back on Earth and he was in space?
That's what I was saying earlier. It's just so much conflicting stuff. It's That's what kind of just took me out of it.
Oh, okay.
I just kept watching it just for the nostalgia purposes.
Be, yeah, because the thing is, it answers some of the questions. What happened to Zordon and how Rita got there? That was one big question I had. They answered that and put they handle Trini Death good on the show. That they handled that good. That wasn't my problem. My problem come in my opinion, just when people like in my opinion, and stuff like that keep on telling me they keep on telling me all these things, telling some Billy went to space, Billy went to space. Shoot, how he got back? Because that wouldn't make no sense. If he went to space, did he have some kind of device that got there and stuff like that? Up, should that just me, in my opinion, what I think about it? Because there for me, it's like that he went to space with the alien rangers. Did the alien rangers have spaceships? Because think about it, could and the thing about Ninja, where's Ninja at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where he at? Um, because the last thing I figure out is something like Ninja hate Rita more than Zord. He hate Rita more than Zordon and stuff like that. And that when people fail to realize most of the time it sound like we all know that on the Ninja went to let the Rangers go there by themselves to fight Rita if he did. And he got more power than the whole team. Because then in my opinion it sounds like Ninja had more power than the whole Mighty Morphin team at the time when it went to him different ninja powers. And he passed the ninja coins to them. And where was the ape Zord? Tell me that. Where the ape Zord at?
Maybe they didn't have enough money. I I don't know. That's what
Because
I
as
still
for the
kind of
ape,
wonder. Also, I still kind of wonder if Jason David Frank, Austin St. John, those other cats were there. What kind of storyline would they use?
um let me see. Knowing them, they would have used Zach and Tommy working together, and Billy and Zach working on one team. They were separating teams. I think, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, because in the show they always separate the fight two monsters most of the time. They separate them
Mm-hmm.
because right. If you look at it, the on the big old snake always was guided by just the Minotaur and stuff like that. The Minotaur always guided Snake to the Rangers and stuff like that. And by himself, the under Snake monster is beatable. But the thing is that on that Minotaur with his tracker, he was the he was the real problem though most of the time. That Minotaur,
Mm-hmm.
because that Minotaur had that tracker on the Rangers and stuff like that. Be, because you put that Minotaur by himself and the Snake by himself, that under Snake is the weakest one. You just gotta watch out though for the bite. You, because you look at the because that's what if you look at the Ranger fight, he was the weakest fighter out the two, and 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 put it took three people to beat that Ox man, that the Buffalo man that was inside that Rita command center. And wait a minute. And do you think that the big old Scorpino if Riddle could come back, the evil essence of Scorpino might be alive, I think too. Could be
So would
her,
you bring in
be with
Scorpina and just so would you skip Zed? Go straight to Scorpina?
no, because Zed is in Cosmic Fury. He's already in
Okay.
the show, Cosmic Fury. and they said that Billy and Zach might be guest starring on that season, and
Okay.
that might lead to another crossover. I think something like that too. If they're doing it like that,
Mm,
because you look at the end of season one, that shoot the Dino Fury team couldn't even beat Zack by themselves. It took the Morphin Master Red or somebody to help him out, just to help get Zed. Because you know that Zed is like a he's like an old being with power or something like that.
mm-hmm.
Be, because then, like, if you read the comic books, they said that Lord Zed used to be like shoot how could I say, he's like a ruler that like to rule by force, and some of the people didn't trust him at the time, and he tricked somebody to get to a certain power source, and his
Mm-hmm.
punishment for it is turned into the being he is now. That's his punishment for it. Um, just his suit he got now and stuff like that. Just how Lord Zed is right now. He was really like a person. He was really like a person in the comic book, some kind of alien person. I think something like that in the comic books. And kind of like that, in my opinion, sound like just for somebody to say that they don't count the comic books and the show together. That's what it is. Cause I'm like, the show put JJ for the comics inside this show, inside this special. Because the writer of Power Rangers, I think, sound like Skinner, Skip, or something like that. Who was over the Power Rangers show, something like that. Because he tells us that the comics and the show is separate. I say that's a lie because you brought JJ just for the comic books onto the show. That is kind of like contradiction. I think, in my opinion, it's contradiction. If you want to make your own universe with the same name, I'm good with that. But things in my opinion, it's something like just don't say that you put the comic books in the show separate, which we know that you're not doing it. And kind of like do you I say this? How can I say this up in here without being mean? Um, how can I say this? Zordon, in my opinion, and Billy is gonna have to find a way to upgrade everybody's powers just for the next threat. That's what I think. Because then when you look at this special, Rita was a threat by herself, and they just had that basic power. They got to need powers a little bit, in my opinion. But just that, some people, some people like the special just might think it just might get this, upgrades. But just in my opinion, I think that Zach and Trina daughter is gonna need upgrades just for the next fight. In my opinion,
I mean,
didn't
yeah.
they have the Thunderzords? I think and something like that. That just for the next upgraded version of the enemy, or something like that. And it kind of like the thing about it, in my opinion is so like I was surprised that Billy was actually caught off guard just when Rita had came out of there be, because then as a scientist he should know that as energy and stuff like that he should have separated the bad energy just from the good if you go by the morphin grid and stuff like that and he ain't did that and he just was worrying about bringing back Zoran so much he didn't think about the consequences of some of the evil people that there was actually defeating and killing and where their energy was at. Well, I think in my opinion. And and kind of the next thing I'm worrying about is something like of my opinion, they need to explain where in the word is Ninja. Someone need to explain that to me. Because last time I checked, Ninja, in my opinion, was not dead. In my opinion, and where was the Dragon Zord power? Was everybody be claiming supposed to be coming? Oh no, bring it. Wait a minute. Shoot. What's the other Zord? What's the other Zord? It was that Brachiosaur Zord that Mighty Morphin barely used. Titanus, I think, something like that. Titanus. Where in the world was that Zord at?
Told you, man, they only had so much budget. They couldn't fit
Because thing is, Billy had called for dinosaur power, and big old Titanus is a dinosaur. And if you had a choice on JG and which Zord you would use to fight the enemies, what would you use? The Ninja Zord, the Mighty Morphin, or the Thunder Zord? If you could choose two of them.
I would say the Ninja and the Thunder, since they're upgrades.
Yeah. Oh, 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 that would. And it kind of like the only thing and shoot, it's that Zord. Zords for Mighty shoot, shoot. What's that Zord name? Um, shoot, it was that Japanese thing too. It was that turtle Zord used, or just the Brachio and put the and kind of like the Dragon Zord, definitely the Mighty Morphin team. That's the one I would use. That's what I would use the Dragon Zord and put the Brachio just out of the Mighty Morphin. But the Mammoth is good too. I turned on. What is that on? 73? It's on 75 and cool. It's on 75. Yeah, and kind of the other thing I worrying about is kind of like of my opinion, if you knowing just doing the Mighty Morphin, they had the big old hot tennis with a push ranger for that Zord. When they never filled in just that position, to like in my opinion, people people might not agree with me on this. Um, but they need ranges for them Zords that was one time use. I think for because the thing about it, because thing about the comics, we already know the Tiger Zord, Green Ranger, the White Ranger is like the Tiger, Green is Dragon. Um, but the thing about but the thing about my opinion is like people might not agree with Come on, man. Shoot. Huh? Oh, never mind. You recording. Never mind. Oh, I see you later, JG. If anyone else want to come in, y'all can press the link I got in the on the comment section. And kind of like thing for me, which I learned about the Zords, like for the next crossover, it sounds like so in my opinion is like I will use I will use the Thunder Zord. I think in the next one, I think in my opinion, and could transform into Mighty Morphin Zords into how could I say this? They could transform. And they can use like in my opinion, they can have Mighty Morphin. They can have Thunder and Ninja uh, open that labor thing, something some kind of hanger. I think in my opinion, that what I would do. And my rating for it still special is 8 out of 10. That's my rating for it. Because I think for my opinion, it's in my opinion is is the big old Titanic. In my opinion, can't fly. I would actually, in my opinion, understand that. If it can't fly and stuff like that, I'm good with that. And kind of like the other thing that I learned about, like time for like specials and stuff like that, it's like for me, in my opinion, if I gotta be dealing with Power Ranger special, Barco, if you had to choose which Zord you put in the next special, which one would you put in the next special? I think it did the next crossover special. Which which Zord will you use?
Uh, for the Tyrannosaurus.
That if you had to use the Samurai or just the Ninja Zord, which one will you use next if you were doing the next crossover or something like that?
Samurai sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It- because like for me, because just I always had like the Samurai Zord more than the Ninja Zord out the
Yeah.
two. I like the Ninja too, but shoot, I still like the Samurai a little bit better and stuff like that. And time for fighting monsters. because like, Ninjazo is good too, but the Sunrise just look better. I think, in my opinion, they look better because they're more powerful. I think, in my opinion, based on power and stuff like that. But if anybody that just want to prove me wrong, I'll be I'll be glad to take that challenge with anybody. Be and, and it sounds like for the next thing, they said that Billy or Zach supposed to be in Cosmic Fury, something like that. It's some of the crossover episode in the episodes at Cosmic Fury, and that's kind of like and that's kind of thing to get me hyped for Cosmic Fury as well. I think, in my opinion, to turn top of Cosmic Fury in the season itself, the Cosmic Fury had to be one of the
Yeah.
most anticipated seasons besides Jungle Fury and Down of Thunder. Mighty Morphin, Jungle Fury, Mighty Morphin, Jungle Fury, and Cosmic Fury had to be the three top hype seasons coming up. Because like the other seasons had hype, but the thing is, it wasn't like hype like for Dino Thunder, Mighty Morphin, Jungle Fury, and the other yeah, those seasons just had the most hype. I think, in my opinion, coming in with our episode coming out. And do you think that in your opinion did you remember the Brachiosaurus that always come out every once in a while to help out the Rangers and Mighty Morphin, and they used
Yeah.
Terzor at one time?
Yeah. Right now.
And kind of like that up in my opinion, what I think for me in my opinion, I think them Zors actually deserve Rangers. I think it's
Yeah.
all that, and they can bring
Okay.
in new
Okay.
actors.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Because then for me, if they want to bring in new fans and stuff like that, just bring in new actors that could be like Rangers for them Zords to help out the Rangers every once in a while. And it sounds like that up in the Japanese version, just did big old Titanic had a Ranger.
Yeah. So, right now.
I don't get why the American version don't got a Ranger for Titanic. It kind of don't make sense in my opinion, but unless it's a story thing, the reason why they can't do it or a contract thing, I understand it.
I
But
I know since they don't have it. That's it. Using the microphone specific kind of thing.
oh, okay.
They know since they can't that's like it.
And did you hear that Adam Driver is getting out of Star Wars and he doing the Fantastic Four? And that's sad.
Yeah.
Because think about it, he is playing Mr. Fantastic this and that's a good casting in my opinion.
Yeah.
For Marvel, that's kind of good casting.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like a rumor they got, and they got the person who played like Invisible Woman to play Sue Storm. I think something like that. And kind of like the thing for me, in my opinion, if you gotta cast these people right now, these
So,
characters coming in is gonna have to explain the reason why Doctor Doom was in the quantum realm. They gotta need to
yeah,
explain that in their movie.
that's it. Wonderful. Yeah. Interesting.
If they don't explain that in their movie, that just why Doctor Doom was down there, watch the Marvel people make an excuse for it. Watch it. Now, just the thing about it, I I can give 95% positive feedback about the movie.
Yeah.
When I start questioning and stuff like that, they would claim that you a hater. I keep
No.
on saying no. I said, wait a minute now. I like the movie. I like the movie. I just got a little bit of criticism. Y'all can't take a little bit of criticism for y'all movies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Why not? It's fine.
And guess what? Somebody told me in the comment section
Probably it
on
should not be
YouTube one
considered
time
the best movie.
was better than Wonder Woman.
Um,
They was trying to tell me that the Captain Marvel movie, Captain Marvel was better than
I'm in the Walls, the Quantumania.
Wonder
No,
Woman Wonder movie.
no, it's not. It's very opposite in that.
And kind of like yeah, and, up in my so in my opinion, shoot, the Captain Marvel movie did not make no sense based on the training, based on, and, and they was even better than the Brie Larson Captain Marvel movie. I say, y'all don't know y'all movies or something for y'all to say that. Shoot, that's just me. Because the thing about me, in my opinion, what I think about it, it sounds like
Yeah, they're nothing.
shoot. Just man, in my opinion, shoot, that's kind of messed up when they see
Yep.
one, and for like people to say that that in my opinion is that the big you are saying is that the Brie Larson Captain Marvel movie is better than, in my opinion, it it it's better than Wonder Woman 1. I lost faith in
Yeah.
Marvel people. I lost faith after that.
Yep. No, it's not. No, yeah.
I lost faith in and and they kind of like the bad and they kind of like the bad thing about it is it sounds like their excuses to be like the dumbest thing in the world because it's was some the Wonder Woman movie was too long. I say too
Yeah.
long. Y'all movie was 2 hours and something minutes just for nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, man. That junk don't make no sense. That
Yeah.
just don't make sense. I say, come on now. Because you know that movie explained the gods, it explained the rules, and plus it showed her power set the right way,
Yeah.
just without the politics.
Yeah.
I don't get how people just don't get that.
Yeah. I don't know why.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know why they'll make that move for that. About
Yeah, man,
politics.
and that's gonna be like a bad thing in my opinion. That is gonna be a bad thing in my opinion. If people figure out this next DC movie, Blue Beetle movie, gonna be better than the Captain Marvel movie, is some of Ant
Yep.
Man Quantum. Ooh,
Mm-hmm. Better be good. The trailers look good, so yeah. So
Yeah,
good.
because the thing about it, in my opinion, if 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 this Blue Beetle movie do better than the Quantum Mania movie, oh boy,
Yeah, the DC is better than the Marvels. Yeah,
yep. And somebody's job at Marvel is gonna be on the line if
yeah.
they let a C character come in and just make more than an
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man Quantumania, who supposed to be like a big Avengers type movie or something like that for
Yeah,
for the Ant-Man franchise. Ooh, shoot, boy, shoot, man, it's just man that is gonna be some type of excuse making. Watch for it.
yeah.
Watch for it on TikTok. Watch for it on Twitch. And watch for it on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. It
Yep.
is gonna be people making up excuses,
Yeah.
and when they do, and when they do, I might try to. I might get to say them videos and stuff like that, and just for like receipts. Because no people sometimes, man, they be like switching up. Talk about some shoot. I just been objective. No, you wasn't. And and and, and some and most of the people on TikTok is Marvel fans. I noticed that most people on TikTok is Marvel fans because I look at that. I say, wait a minute, Marvel, anime, Marvel, anime. You can barely find a DC fan on there that made
Yeah.
videos on DC stuff because that's
Yeah.
what I can find stuff on anime, Power Rangers, because that's what I
Yeah.
found Phantom, and that's how I found you, multiverse and stuff like that. And just do Phantom and stuff like that. That's how I found y'all. But for DC content, man, that just hard to find. It's hard to find, bro, on TikTok.
Yeah.
That,
That's in DC. Yeah,
but
not about that.
yeah, yeah, and kind of thing for me is like uh and it sounds like the next Power Ranger film I think that Netflix is making. I think Netflix might put it in theaters. I think, in my opinion,
Okay.
for about a week or two. I think something like that. For them to make some money off it. That what I would
Yeah.
do is I would Netflix. I would put it in
Yeah.
theaters for what, the first 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, and sell it after the third week. I would put it just on a streaming service and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to try to recruit some of the calls. I think some of that, unless you do it all streaming, that's
Yeah.
different. And sound like for and did you hear about the fall that what Amazon did just for Lord of the Rings? Boy,
No.
they said the fans. Ooh, boy,
What?
Netflix had paid billions just for Lord of the Rings.
Ooh,
Just to be able to make the show.
ooh,
Ooh, this year show rating is low.
ooh.
They
Rough.
say it's low.
That's not good shit.
And plus, thing about my opinion, shoot, I think I think the ultimate honest, I think of the Project Special is for like the Billy Quantum series thing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
something
and
like
this
everybody
stuff.
talking
Yeah.
about the Billy series. I think they were doing,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and this crossover series because this crossover
It's
series
super.
could be like a opening just to the just to Billy series. I think
Yeah. Um,
because that's what I think happened. I think, in my opinion.
I can see it. Yeah.
Um, and the kind of thing for me, if they doing like a quantum series thing, shoot, they might need to bring back Zeo Lilla, the upgraded powers just to the Mighty Morphin, and,
Mm,
and and they could bring back Adam just as the Green Ranger, Bring back
Mm-hmm.
the Killer's Burst as Lola, and let me see who else. Catherine, she could come back as Zeo Paint.
Yeah. People use your powers. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
the
you
other
know the
one I think
bad guy.
was stronger. Trigger strong. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what's called. Yeah.
yeah, it's just and Zach to upgrade to the Omega power. Just with Zach working on
Oh,
something
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that just like the comic books or something like that have their own version just of the big old Omega power for Zach.
Yeah.
They can have their own version of
That's
it.
what I think.
I think
Yeah. Yeah.
if they don't want to use the comic book one, they can always use that other. I think in my opinion, if they don't want to use the comic book version and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And and kind of like the other thing where I think in my opinion, some of the next team they should use could have used Turbo. I think after this two crossover, if they do part one and part two, if they do Mighty Morphin and Zeo, I think that Turbo might be the third crossover thing. I think before they go to space.
Yeah. It's just
But
going to get the power,
yeah,
right? But master. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, because they had Mighty Morphin, they had Turbo, they had Zeo. Wait a minute.
But yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It kind of like for the other one, it sound like I'm not even sure that if Netflix could use the Disney series, sound like Dino Thunder, SPD,
They could.
Mr. Force. If they can use them, I would try to bring back some of those Rangers back if they can use them. I
Yeah.
think, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. The Canada team got the power by creation something like that. Or yeah.
Yeah, yeah, shoot. And kind of like the one villain that says I want to see come back is Ivan Ooze, though, man. I want to see Ivan Ooze come back as one of these specials.
And live action for it. Yeah.
Um,
There's what
be, because it said Disney hold the rights or something because of Fox, because of that
serial.
movie.
Come on.
I'm not even sure if Disney still got them, but that somebody say they got them or something like that, and Disney just being stubborn
That's
about this.
Spider-Man with Anderson. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the character I'm talking about is something like Ivan Ooze is a Disney is sound like a Power Ranger villain. Why would Disney why would Disney still try to hold on to it? That's dumb.
Yeah.
You could look at Ivan Ooze is not a Marvel villain. He's not a DC villain, not like that.
Oh,
He's a Power
yeah.
Ranger villain.
Yeah. So you're right too. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. And kind of like the other thing, which I think could happen in the future, is like if they go into different dimensions, I think that Zach might be going. Zach and Men might be helping out different teams.
Yeah.
I think I like that in future crossovers. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
and different specialists, and sound like Billy might be staying behind inside the command center unless he get help
So
from that dimension or from somebody within the company. And wait a minute, and this is what I try to figure out: how is Billy hiding all this command center stuff
I
if,
like them.
from just from his company? That's,
He just came from airspace and from came back to the
but
back.
Oh yeah, but the thing about it, I just learned a little with it. You know what I say? Should that's Asian Grove. It,
Yeah.
it, they probably used to seeing putties and rangers all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and but shoot, it probably don't bother me as much. Just seeing
Yeah.
putties and stuff like that,
Yeah, like the game player.
and that's got the I'm figuring out, in my opinion.
Mm, that's good.
It's done like the Ivan Ooze, the shoot, did just what Ivy Ooze come back on screen? Boy, shoot, man, I'll be glad, bro. I'll be glad Ivy Ooze
Yeah.
come back. And this one, Ivy Ooze come back. I said, oh man, bro, that jump be good. But Ivy Ooze come back, and and kind of like the Ivan Ooze, which I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing, right? Just the Ivan Ooze character. That it kind of like the Ivan Ooze character in the movie always pushed the Power Rangers um inside of Power Ranger Stakes. That was the first villain of the Power Ranger movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's just I seen up in the early '90s, up in the kids show. That actually pushed on the boundaries of a villain
Wow.
for a kids show or a
Yeah.
movie or something like that.
It's good for the music. Yeah.
Because like the other movies being like comedy, funny and stuff like that, the Power Ranger movie took it seriously up in 1995. It was serious but also
Yeah.
fun at the same time. What I actually like. That's what I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing.
I remember. Yeah. What was big
And
Power
and
Ranger?
and they kind of like, for me, which I think could be what could be what that could be a good thing or a bad thing, which I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing. Is like should they need to bring in West inside the next special? I think
Yeah.
they might need to bring in West or Eric. I think that could be um from a different dimension.
Yeah.
I would bring in Eric. I think, in my opinion, just as the Quantum Ranger, because you know that the next monster they have to face
Yeah.
will not be how can I say this? Won't be weak, and they would need a
Yeah.
ranger just with powers.
Yeah. For, yeah.
Because think about it, I would go. My first three choices I would bring as six rangers is Eric for Time Force, or Zane from In Space, or just Cam from Ninja Storm. What would be your choices as rangers, as extra rangers, is that you might could bring in if you just had a choice? Your top
You,
four or five.
you mean Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First one, Trent and
Okay.
Z. That's pretty.
Okay.
Yes. Andros
All right.
and Zach.
All right.
Fifth
Sure.
will be yes. Think about it. Um, uh,
Oh yeah.
Adam Green.
Because the thing about it,
Well,
the
Silver, Greenberg, yeah.
oh yeah, and this what people just don't realize about Power Rangers. Of the one that's in that's in America, and that one
Yeah.
that one people just really realize sometimes, because
Mm-hmm.
then if we could bring the Japanese version over here, ooh,
Of course.
if we could bring the Japanese version over here, that jump be good, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Japanese, the Japanese way they make their shows, if we could bring it over here at least a little bit, man, shucks, that jump be good.
Yeah.
I think, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, it could be a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of like, in my opinion, Power Rangers might not do it, but you know what I would do? I would bring in a Kamen Rider, the Mask Rider,
Mm-hmm.
like they did in the '90s, but
Yes.
they just do their own version
Yes. Yes.
of
Yes.
some
Yes.
kind of cover, because if they can do that, bring in a Kamen Rider, or some kind of Ultraman suit person, what can help out the
Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Just
And more American
just
footage.
beat up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like the Ultraman, or bring out Kamen Rider, the Rangers help out some of them help out beat Ultraman, and plus a Ranger villain.
Yeah.
That would actually be, how can I say, a good thing. Bring hype from the Ultraman franchise and live action too, or just bring in VR Troopers
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of, or bring VR Troopers inside of Power Rangers franchise. I would do that if they could, but that's just me. It that just me do. I would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll bring like VR Troopers, or bring in VR Troopers, or bring in some kind of Kamen Rider inside
Yeah.
the next crossover, that just to
Yeah.
bring in the next hype for this show or series coming up in the future.
Pretty much it is. But yeah. Pretty much it is very. If it is so good.
Or they could bring in, this might be controversial. They could bring in just the three Beetleborgs,
Oh yeah.
but the thing, in my opinion, they wouldn't be kids. Though they'd be grown
Yeah.
people. Because think
Mm-hmm.
about it, I am sick of kids being that stuff, because of this Tom Holland Spider Man. That's the
Yeah.
only reason why I weren't on that kid jump. It's the
Yeah.
Tom Holland Spider Man, and then the writing was bad. I, dog, God, dog, they keep him in high school just for 3 or 4 movies. I say, why you kept him in high school? That was the
Yeah.
dumb
That's so
decision.
college.
Yeah, he supposed to be in college by now. By the time his fourth movie came out, he supposed to have been in college, and he could have been traveling if he wanted to. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
died. But yeah, died. Keeping him in high school in 4 movies,
Mm-hmm.
that makes no sense, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that just me, in my opinion, is what I think about it. But everybody different on that point. But that's
Yeah.
just me. That's just me. That's what I think. And plus, and before I leave, it sounds like that. And like for next stream, shoot, I will be talking about the what I think about the Fantastic Four franchise. Just
Okay.
but 3 movies. What I would do for the next 3 movies for Fantastic Four, X-Men, The Creed, and plus my big old predictions just for all the Marvel shows coming in the future,
Okay.
and some of the DC stuff. I will talk about that in this stream and stuff like that. And plus, and plus, LeBron Fett. I saw your video
Yeah.
on the Power Ranger, once and forever. Easter egg thing. I saw it, but the thing was actually good. It was actually good. I saw it though. And
Yeah.
that's the name of his channel though. The LeBron Fett. That's the name of his channel.
Mm-hmm.
And he did like and he did a video based on Easter eggs that he saw, and once and for everything. And,
Yeah.
but think about it, shoot, he actually spot some stuff I missed. Just
Yeah.
doing the video and stuff like that. If you look at it and stuff like
Very
that,
good. Yeah.
yeah. And and do you got anything just to promote? Do you got anything coming up?
No, actually, no.
Oh, and plus for everybody that's in the stream, and before y'all leave and anything like that, follow my friend Multiverse Phantom Ranger 1397.
Mm-hmm.
Barcode that's on here. Follow him.
Yep.
Omega Zach. Follow him.
Yep.
Um, Agent E on TikTok. Yeah, I can also
Sergeant
follow him.
Parkin. Sergeant
Oh
Parkin.
yeah, yeah, Sergeant and JoJo. JoJo
And Ranger
fan.
Jurassic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ranger. Yeah, and these for everybody that these everybody follow just on TikTok based on Ranger stuff, Sentai stuff, and different stuff.
And Marvel
Everything like that.
TV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like for Marvel and DC, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody that's on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, just I will see y'all later and see y'all
Mission.
and put I see y'all in the stream.